So, cough and neuromuscular disease is something that unfortunately we see is often neglected until someone has a dire need to have an effective cough. It is what helps clear inhaled foreign materials, aspirated foods and or liquids, and retained or excessive mucus from the airways. Those muscles that are used to cough, they weaken and get contracted, and this can lead to cough insufficiency. And it's important to understand that those muscles will be weaker during respiratory infection. I like to say under the load of mucus, the heavy load. I know that might be a little bit too much information, but that can make breathing and coughing more difficult. So we encourage you to proactively work with your care team to develop a secretion clearance plan. And the two key components of that are removal or clearing of mucus from the airways. And the goal is to get that mucus up and out of the airways as soon as possible. That's because that warm, moist environment really makes it a lot easier for bacteria to rapidly multiply. And most of us have either personally experienced it or we've had a friend that we've watched have something so benign as the common cold rapidly escalate to pneumonia simply because we don't have an effective way to get that mucus up and out. So one of the ways of doing this is manually assisted cough. This is achieved typically with a caregiver with either or a combination of a manual Heimlich/abdominal thrust and manual compression to help make an exhaled breath stronger. Some are able to do this independently with a self-induced thrust to their abdomen and or chest from a stationary object with something like a table, maybe a kitchen countertop. But most of us find that mechanically assisted cough is more ideal and more effective for us. And you'll see in medical literature, this is often referred to as mechanical inexsufflation or MIE, or simply put, a lot of us just call it a cough assist device. And this delivers deep insufflations, positive pressure breaths, followed rapidly, depending on the settings that are enabled on the machine, by deep exsufflations. These are negative pressure breaths. All of this works just to simulate a cough and helps to move that mucus up and out. So air gets delivered via a mask that covers both the mouth and the nose, or you can connect a mouthpiece or a tracheostomy with the cuff inflated. And mechanically assisted cough can be effective when suctioning is not, and today's machines also have an option for a type of vibration, a high frequency oscillation. And on this slide, I included photos of the two most commonly owned devices by adults in the United States. The Philips Respironics Cough Assist T70, which I believe it's referred to as the E70 in Canada and European countries. The manufacturing for it ended in the US in September of 2023, and support is ending for it in October 2028. I point that out because some of us, myself included, have had this device for many years. It's really a workhorse, but a lot of us don't realize that just like with other durable medical equipment, our insurance in the United States generally will pay for us to get a new device every 5 years. So I encourage you to do that if you are an owner in the US of the T70. That's because we've really been seeing the supplies that were designed specifically for it, which you don't have to use. Those are getting really shorter in supply. And also those that are having difficulty with the machine acting up, they're taking it to their provider and finding that the parts are already getting in short supply to repair it. The ABM respiratory byways cough we're finding is what is being prescribed more often today by clinicians for adults. So, what are the benefits of mechanically assisted cough? Well, immediately, depending on the settings that are enabled, we can gain a stronger cough during use. This can lead to prevention of infections and also an increase in oxygen saturation. And that's because if we have mucus in our airways, that can block the space for air to go. It can actually also block the space for carbon dioxide to leave the lungs. And so by using this device, we can increase that oxygen saturation level. Over the long term, with daily use, we can find that it stretches our chest wall muscles, and some may get deeper breaths while off their ventilation by using this mechanically assisted cough device daily. So, how do we know if we need mechanical cough assistance? Well, Dr. Hank Meyer, he pointed out through medical literature that cough function is considered impaired when vital capacity is less than 50% predicted. You may recall that measure taken on PFT was also called out as one of those guidelines used to initiate breathing support during sleep. So many of us, at the same time that we qualify to start our nighttime breathing support, we also qualify to get mechanical cough assistance. I point that out as a medical self-advocacy option for you because all too often we find that clinicians are neglecting that and waiting until the individual has a critical need for that equipment. Peak cough flow, if that's less than 270 liters per minute, or the maximum expiratory pressure, that measure of expiratory muscle strength, if that is less than 60 centimeters of water, one would qualify for the equipment through U.S. medical insurance. And just in wrapping up that topic about mechanical cough assistance, just keep in mind that you're going to have to get insurance to approve this. The company that's going to provide this for you has to order it. It needs to be delivered. There's training that needs to be done, and the individual needs to get comfortable in using it in advance of having a need, a critical need for that. So again, being proactive with that is so important. Often in these talks, I get asked about chest percussion, but what usually folks say is the shaky vest. And pictured on this slide is the most commonly used brand of chest percussion and vibration. But I want to point out that this is not the same as cough assist. These devices were developed for folks with normal breathing muscles. And for those that typically just have a condition that causes an increase in mucus production. And so, as the quote says, chest percussion and vibration can help to mobilize, to move peripheral airway secretions, but they're not substitutes for coughing. And unlike for assisted coughing, they've not been shown through medical research to decrease pulmonary morbidity and mortality. So, in other words, if you still have difficulty coughing, while this may move it, it may not help to get the mucus all the way up and out. Some do have this, and I'm not advising you to cast it aside, but if you have this, it can be used in conjunction with mechanical cough assistance, and often folks that have that find that they need fewer repetitions with their cough assist therapy. And it is more commonly used in the pediatric population. But if you have a choice of only one device, a chest percussion and vibration vest, or mechanical cough assistance, a cough assist device, I would recommend that you go with the cough assist device because you don't want to only find that you can get approval for one.